Thank you, Farnes, and hope George can perhaps join us later. Um, it's now my privilege to introduce Dr. Jarrad from Zuydam, who is a sports medicine physician with deep experience in endurance sports and athlete recovery, and a passion for preventative medicine and digital health. He holds a medicine degree from the University of Witwatersrand, a diploma in anesthesia from CMSA, and a master's in sports medicine from the University of Pretoria. Dr. van Zuydam has served as team physician for elite cycling teams, including Team Dimension Data and UAE Team Emirates, supporting athletes through 4 Tour de France, 3 Giros d'Italia, and 2 Vueltas. His global experience spans events from Paris-Roubaix to Milan-San Marino and even races in Malaysia, Australia, and Gabon. He is currently the Chief Medical and Innovation Officer at Strove and an honorary lecturer at WITS Institute for Sports and Health. A co-founder of Corona Fighter, Dr. van Zuydam combines clinical insights with digital innovation and advanced athlete care and performance science. Over to you, Jarrad.
Thanks, Chris. Well, that's quite an intro. You're going to have to work on your pronunciation of cycling races, though. We'll work on that one with you. So this afternoon, I'd like to attempt to provoke some thought, really. And I think we should start here. Are we winning when it comes to employee well-being? And unfortunately, it doesn't really look like it. Various surveys show burnout rates at all-time highs. Just 1/3 of employees are thriving, leaving 2/3 either struggling or suffering. According to a 2024 Gallup poll, 62% of employees are disengaged, and 75% of respondents reported experiencing some form of low mood. Disengagement isn't just a vibe problem, it's a performance problem. And globally, it translates into staggering productivity losses of around $8.8 trillion US dollars annually. And here's the paradox that we spoke about earlier. Despite growing spend on wellness and medical benefits, the needle is barely moving, as you can see from the graph. So we have to ask a harder question. What are we getting wrong in how we design work? How do I go next year? Oh, yeah. So as a, sorry, there you go. As a former team doctor working on races like the Tour de France and the Giro d'Italia, I look at this through a high performance lens. Coaches know a simple truth. Performance equals training times recovery. A recovery score of 0 can wipe out any gains from a hard training block. Corporate athletes are asked to perform continuously, night and day, with little in the way of structured recovery. And when recovery collapses, performance collapses too, even if the training is world class. Even short breathers can make a difference. A 2022 meta-analysis of micro breaks of 10 minutes or less found clear boosts in vigor and reductions in fatigue. Performance gains were small and inconsistent for very short breaks, but improved when those breaks were slightly longer and intentional. So if we want better output, we cannot train harder while neglecting recovery. And that's the corporate athlete mindset. In sport, we call it overtraining syndrome. Push too hard, too long with inadequate recovery, and the system crashes. Performance drops, immunity dips, mood tanks. It can take months to reverse, and some athletes actually never get back to their previous level. In offices, it's called something different, burnout, but the effects can be just as devastating. In the bar chart here, we looked at data from our own users at Strove. The runaway blocker to activity and recovery isn't motivation, it's time. Most people do want to dedicate more time to their recovery and to things like exercise. So if time is the blocker, pep talks won't fix this. Environment beats willpower. The way we measure work through hours and visible responsiveness created a scorecard that rewards always on. The result is more meetings, more messages, after hours creep, fragmented days, and recovery stolen from sleep, movement, and relationships. If your calendar looks like Tetris and your inbox like confetti, perhaps your performance equation needs a recovery boost for some balance. But all of a sudden, we find ourselves at an inflection point. With the rise of generative AI in the workplace, intelligence is becoming a commodity, one that gets more affordable by the day. Generative tools produce useful first drafts, fast and cheap, raising baseline employee performance more so than seniors or experts. The performance gap is narrowing. 140 IQ AI assistants are better than us at drudge work, and the human edge shifts towards creativity, framing, taste, and judgment, rather than the number of emails sent or meetings attended. So the practical move is to feed rough ideas to our AI assistants to draft, compare, and plan. We keep our human judgment and energy for the calls that really matter. And that's how we claw minutes and maybe hours back. But here's the trap. Those minutes only matter if we reinvest them in focus and recovery, not in yet another meeting. So we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to influence the future of work. This is my little framework for a future of work that optimizes energy in order to feed creativity. Here's how it works. All creativity needs a spark, and that's why the loop starts with some morning movement. I am a sports physician after all. So walk, ride, run, stretch, or lift, it's really your choice. And it doesn't need to be exhaustive either, just enough to get the heart pumping and your brain ticking. Outdoors is better, but this could be a home workout or some stair climbs when you get to the office. Then during the cool down of that session or during your post-workout shower, do an idea sweep. So ask yourself, what's the one problem worth cracking today? And then capture those 3 bullets, write them down on a piece of paper. No judgment yet. Just write down every idea that pops into your head, and you might surprise yourself with the creative solutions already starting to flow. Then once you've sat down at your desk, use your newfound energy for a focused block of building with AI. So give those raw ideas to your AI assistant to draft, compare, and plan, and let AI compress the grunt work so you keep your judgment and taste for the calls that matter. Later, it's time for a deliberate shutdown to kickstart your recovery. Leave repetitive tasks for the afternoon when your energy and creativity naturally wane. End the day with a quick closing ritual. Note tomorrow's problem list to think about on the morning move. Schedule your movement session and then close the laptop. Evenings offer rest, play, and people. And that's how you arrive with enough energy to run the loop again the next day. So this is not about heroics. It's a repeatable operating system for knowledge work. Balance feeds creativity. And fortunately, those same behaviors improve health. But let's not forget about the role of bosses and managers. You can see on the outside of the circle there. Managers set the defaults, meeting-free early mornings, visible walking breaks, after hours, email policies. Culture follows leadership behavior, not aspirational posters on the bulletin board. So if AI can really give us our time back, what will we choose to do with it? Will we demand that employees fill their calendars with more busy work, 20-person Teams meetings, after-hours Slack messages? That's the treadmill path that leads to shallow work, poor performance, and burnout. Or will we choose the path on the left by allowing employees to spend the minutes on movement, focus time, and recovery, leading to better ideas, better judgment, and ultimately better work and thriving people? which path do you want your teams on? Thanks. Back to you, Chris.